Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode with your girl, Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. Hopefully you guys are having a lovely day. So, some of you guys want to see if I'm legit. Well, let's bring it, girl. So, I want to welcome you guys over. If you are thinking about taking the GED, the ASVAB, the ACCUPLACER, the TEAS test, the HESI test, any kind of test that has algebra in it, ACT, SAT, everything from A to Z, well, then this is the live for you. Welcome to my crazy bits of energy. This is called lack of sleep, but love of motivation and passion. So what I do is I basically take some sample questions from SATs, GEDs, everything from A to P, and then I show you, and then you try to solve them yourself. You can put your answer right into the comments, and then I go over it just so you can see that, hey, I can do math. All right. Well, good day to you, Miss Lisa. Welcome on in. Hello, Lenny. Hello, Nancy. Thank you so much for coming on in. So now let's take a look. We're going to solve for x. And I know you're probably like, wow, we're going to start right here. I'm like, yes, we are. So we have 5x plus 7 equals 6 times x minus 2 minus 4 times 2x minus 3. Is the answer for x A, 1, B, -1, C, -2, or D, 2? Okay, whatever you think it is, go ahead and put that into the chat. If you know someone that's going to be taking the GED or the ASVAB, or maybe they're currently in the Algebra 1 class and they need some assistance, bring them on in. Go ahead and share the live. Go ahead and tap the screen. But I really want to make sure that you feel okay. Okay? No clue? No problem. I'm here to help. Hello, Caribbean Queen. Welcome on in. All right. Happy Sunday to you too. So as we can see, all right, we're not too sure, but let me break it on down. So if we have our 5x plus our 7. Now, when I have a number and a parenthesis, that means we're going to do the distributive property. When we distribute, we multiply. So it's 6 times x, which gives us 6x. And 6 times -2, that gives me a -12. We're going to do the exact same thing, not for a -4, but for a -4. And some people will say, well, how do I know if it's a minus or a negative? Well, if you're all right, so we have -4 times 2x, that gives me -8x. And then negative times a negative gives me a positive, and 4 times 3, that gives me 12. So it seems like all the stuff is hip and happening over here on the right-hand side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a slight cover of the left-hand side so we can focus on that right-hand side. So now we have 6x minus 8x. We can combine those two because they are like terms. So if you have a -8 and a +6, it's almost like you owe me $8, but you paid me $6. So guess what? You still owe me $2. So now I have a -12 plus 12. So if you owe me $12 and you pay me $12, that means you don't owe me anything. Okay, that's all gone. So now I'm going to bring down what's happening over here. So the main goal is to get our x's. Yep, forgot about the minus. That's all right. So our main goal is we have to put our x's on one side of the equal sign and our constant on the other. Well, what I could do is I could subtract this 5x. If I wanted to add the 2x, that means I would have to subtract the 7. So if I subtract the 5x, they're going to cancel, giving me with a 7. A negative and a negative, we're going to add them together, keeping the sign. So we got a -7x. So now we're going to divide both sides by -7. So a negative divided by a negative will give us a positive. The 7s will cancel, give me a 1x, which I could just simply write down x. So 7 divided by -7, that will give me a -1. So my answer is going to be B. Now, if you're taking the test and you're like, I just basically want to try to pass it on, when you get all these answer choices, you can plug them in for your x's to see which one will give you the same answer on both sides of the equal sign. So like if I plugged in, say, the -1 here, I got -1 minus 2 gives me -3. Then if I plug in a -1 here, I got a -2 minus 3. All right, they're both the same. So if I wanted to, I could take that 6 times the -3, which will give me a -18. Then I would take my -5 times that -4, combine them, and try to compare to when I plug the -1 for this x. So you can do plug and chug, or you can go ahead and solve. All right? Okay, good. All right, so mostly everyone's in. Hey, Michael, how are you? Hello, everyone. All right, so let's take a gander of this one. Okay, there's always more than one way to solve a problem. Okay, so sometimes we can just find it real quick and easy. So now we have 3/4 raised to the 3rd power. Is your answer going to be A, 3, B, 1/16, C, 2, or D, 27/64? I know, try to say that 5 times fast, right? Okay, well, hello, Mammy. How are you? Lee saying D, Uncle saying D. Okay, Civil Farm is saying D. Thank you so much for sharing the live and the follows. Okay. Definitely. Let's build up on the follows as well, because maybe this is something that you need a little bit later, but then you can come quick to identify. Faye, we got a D. God's daughter, bless you, saying D. Michael saying D. Queenie saying D. Welcome back, Queenie. Okay, Jeanette is saying D. Her is saying D. Hey. We got Mimi. We have a D. Okay, Mac was saying D. Okay, oh, thanks for checking in, Michael. Yes. No. Oh. Well, thank you, Tag. All right, so it looks like it's a unanimous D. Hey, Lakeisha, I see you in there. Was that Azir? I want to say is a D. Okay, thanks for the love and the blessings. The heart with saying the D. Got this is saying D. Yes, you do got this. All right, so let's take a look. Anytime you're raising anything to the 3rd power or a power, you are not multiplying 3 times 3. No, this means you're doing 3 times 3. Okay, and the same you're doing with the 4s. 4 times 4 times 4. So we know 3 times 3, that gives me 9. And that 9 times 3, that gives me my 27. 4 times 4 gives me 16. That 16 times 4 gives me my 64. And I always want to take a look. Okay, so we know A is out. It's not going to give us a whole number. Okay. Now, 27 and 64. Can 27 go into 64? Nice and even. No. Even if you try to use a calculator, no. Because 27 is an odd number, 64 is an even number. Now, if there were both odds or both evens, there would be a shot. But when they're mixed up like this, no sirree, Bob. So your answer will be D. All right. Yeah. When you distribute, make sure that this is raised to the 3rd power. All right. Until you get to the lines up to the 50K. Yeah, it's never going to get to 50K. I'm just letting you know. And plus, I have tutoring. So I only have so much time. So I try to get as much as I can, whatever. All right. But thank you. Appreciate you. Algebra, this does have a mixture. So I'm looking at ASVAB and the GED. So a lot of people, there's like a mixture of it. Okay. So we got all that into it. So when we have John, we have D. Okay. Jip, we got D. Hey, Merry Christmas to you. I know, don't really celebrate anymore, but thank you. All right, so 415 convert. So we have 6 and 39 hundredths times 10 raised to the negative fourth. So we need to convert that into standard notation. So is it A, is it B, C, or D? So a couple of people are telling me some D. Okay, so you don't have multiple choice in that? All right. Do it in other people's lives. That's fine. It's D because, but I appreciate you though. I think it's D because negative, you move to the left. All right. So we got some D's. You got my Unc with a D, Sid with a D, got this with a D. Oh, it's almost unanimous with the D's. Look at this. Thank you, Chewy. Appreciate you. Okay, so we got Lay, we got the Fifi. It is negative, so I have to move to the left. Yes! Le Fifi. Okay, all right. Only one when it's less than that, so it is D. Yes, all right. So, first off, this is scientific notation, and we need to put it into standard notation. So if we're putting it into standard, we're not going to have the plus 10. So A is done. Now, we have a negative exponent. Anytime, just like you guys are saying, anytime you have a negative exponent, that means you're looking at a smaller number. So if I notice B and C are both not small numbers, okay? So when I say small numbers, we're looking at decimals in smaller notation. So it is going to be D. So this is what happened. How did it move down? So if I say the negative 4, that means I'm taking this decimal place and I'm moving it 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, to the left-hand side. So when I do that, I'm going to add in my zeros, 1, 2, 3. So anytime you move, the number of times you move is 1 less the number of zeros you're going to insert. All right, so your answer is D. So when we got for 16, so we have 10,000 may be represented as your A, your B, your C, or your D. What do you think? All right. Thank you, Michael, for the reminder of the stickers. If you love these fun little stickers, you can go ahead and just join in my little fan club. Not the super fan club. You can just do the regular fan club. It's perfectly fine. All right, so we got our A's, we got our A's, we got our A's, because 10 to 10. All right, we got A. Buckeye is saying A, okay. It's like Manure is saying A. Ooh, I probably butchered that name. John with the A, Black Barbie with the A. I got Filtered. Ooh, what you been saying, Lay? It is Sunday, get yourself together. All right. So we got 10 times 10 is 100. Okay, it's 1,000. Yes. All right. So the answer to this, 10,000. So if we got our 10 and then we have our 1,000. Here's the thing. How many zeros do you have? It's all about the number of zeros. There you go, Screaming D. I knew I was waiting for you to come in there. All right. In math, now I got that left to get your GED. Good job, Shaylin. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy for you. All right, we got another success story. Make sure you guys give a little bit of love to Shaylin. She passed her GED. She just got one more, and then she'll be good to go. Another educated, well, you were educated before. Not a problem. A little bit of love, Let's go. because you can definitely get this down. So I saw you guys. The number of zeros will help you with, especially when it's in the groups of 10, will help you with your exponent. Okay, we're not counting the 10, the 0 and the 10 as your numbers. Okay, we're not doing that. All right, all we're doing is like how many zeros are part of anything in the tens. So that will be to the 10th power, which it is A. All right, awesome. Thank you. Well, should drink along. Oh, okay, not really, but here we are. All right, so as we're about to get to our next page, I'm just giving you a little bit of samplers, and I'm really trying to give you guys some heads up. If you're thinking about getting your GED and your ASVAB, do not sleep on this, okay? So this value pack is actually going to be up and running until the release, which is going to happen this coming Saturday, the release of my workbook, my whole learning series, Algebra at Your Pace. So you'll be able to break down a lot of these concepts into out of the workbooks and stuff like that. So if you want to know, the link is in my bio. I'm perfectly fine saying that. So if you're ready to get just a small sampler to help you, especially with word problems, those whole, we're going from verbiage to algebraic expression. I have a whole lot of flashcards that's dealing with that. I'm giving you a sample assessment with the answer key that's a part of that as well. And then also the references, the formulas that you really going to need in order to raise your scores in both of those areas. All right, so just want to give you a little heads up because I am trying to help you guys as much as I can. And I know financially things get a little bit of tough, but I just want to give you a little teaser because trust me, this workbook is going to be phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. I'm excited about it. But let's get you. No, I'm not done. No, I'm not done. The ASVAB got this is the test that people take in order to get into our military. Okay, so just to get that. All right, so here we go. What is the area of a room that is 6 feet by 8 feet? Is it A, 24? Is it B, 32, C, 48, or D, 52 square feet? All right, so I got my C's, I got my C's, I got my C's, I got my C's. Okay, we got Sierra, we got Bobby, we got Sony. Yes, we got Jeanette, yes, with the C's. Take her masters. All right, nice. Room for a rectangle. I know. It's the room. Yes. So all we're doing when you're dealing area, we're looking at that whole rectangular. Okay. Anytime they're saying a room 6 feet by 8 feet, they're giving me two things. So they're giving you length and they're giving you width. All right, so all you have to do is multiply those two together. So 6 times 8 will give me my 48. And anytime that you're dealing with area, this might be another thing to look for. It's always dealing with the squared. Okay, so with your feet squared or your squared feet. So if you're looking at answer choice and you just see feet, immediately cancel that out. Okay, immediately. All right, so next one, -3 raised to the third power. Is it A, 27, B, -27, C, -9, or D, 9? Which one is it? Okay, parts of it is. And especially if you know the basics of it, you can actually take a little bit of the drive up. Okay. But I know there's two parts to the ASVAB, especially in math. There's the arithmetic reasoning, which that's where all your word problems are, which I'm going to do a little bit of that for our next live. And then we have the math knowledge, which is this one. All right. Yes, there's two parts. All right. So here we go. I think it's B because it's not protected by the brackets. We got this, we got that. All right, so Negative 3 to the third power, that is the same as saying negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. All right? So these first two, a negative times a negative, that will give me a positive. 3 times 3 gives me 9. So now we're got that 9 times a negative 3. So 9 times negative 3 gives me negative 27. So your answer is B. All right? Yes. Okay, Jerry, we already got it. You've said it multiple times. We're good. Okay. All right. Yep. Trying to prepare for the next live. There we go. Yes. I really feel that you're smart every day. It just takes you the time. All right, Miss Becky, that's okay. You was wrong, but that's all right. You make the changes and you keep it moving. Hey, Big Al, how are you? Okay. All right. So you get it. Good. You did it in your head? Awesome. Okay. Now we got to remember, everyone has a different experience with mathematics. Some people love it. Some people are like, it needs to go back to the depths of hell of which it came. So I'm really trying to show those people, the depths of hell people, 1, breathe, 2, that you can do math. You are no longer that scared little boy or scared little girl back in middle school where, if God forbid, if you say one wrong thing, everyone's got to laugh. Oh my God, you're so stupid. Yeah, you're like, I'm still learning this because we all learn at different rates. So there's going to be people, even on this live, that's going to be like, yes, I know. Yes, this is easy. Why is she still talking? Can you please just give us the answer? I appreciate you coming to the live, but my platform is usually for people that really do have that fear of math. And now they're passing that fear on to their kids. And I really want to build people up. Okay. So this is why we're here, taking it step by step, nice and easy, straight show. All right. If this is too long, hey, that's all right. You can scroll on. I greatly appreciate it. All right. So let's take a look. So we're looking at what is the approximate area of the shape below. Now, here, all my people that are talking about the ASVAB, if you see a problem like this, you're like in the 70s. Okay, you're like in the mid 70s when they start doing what's called a composite figure. So we're taking the area of two shapes. And in order for us to find the area of the whole entire thing, we have to add those two answers together. So now they're saying, what's the approximate area of the shape below? Assume that the triangle portion is a right triangle. Okay. The diameter of the semicircle is one leg of the right triangle. So if they're saying this, they're saying that this whole thing is going to be the diameter of it. So if we want to, we can find the area, because that's what they want us to do. We can find the area of each of them. So finding the area, let's go with the triangle. Now, any triangle that we have, the area is your base times your height divided by 2. So they're telling us that this is going to be one leg of a right triangle. Basically, they're telling us that this whole side here is going to be, what did they tell us? I can find this. This is the center of your circle. So anytime you see what's called a radius, it's going to give you 3. So that means from here to here, this is going to be 3. So that means the length of this whole entire side is based off of the radius. So we have 3 and we have 3. 3 and 3, that means this whole entire side is 6. Okay, so we had to know about radii and circles. No matter where you are, here to here is going to be 3, here to here is going to be 3, here to here is going to be 3, here to here is going to be 3. Okay, so that whole side, that's going to be one side of that triangle, is going to be 6. I'm going to name that we can name that my base. So that means this other side, I can name that my height. And you're like, what? Can you? Yes, you can. And we're going to divide that. That's supposed to be a 6. And we're going to divide this by 2. Okay. So 6 times 4, that gives me 24. And 24 divided by 2, that's going to be 12. So the area of my triangle, it may not look like it, but based off the information they gave me a base and they gave me a height. It may look like it's on the side, but remember, when it comes to geometry, you can't believe your eyes. You have to take the information that was given to you. All right? So that's going to be 12. Now we need to find the area of our semicircle. So I'm going to switch color pens. We could, but we really didn't have to. Okay? We could, but we didn't have to. So that was like extra work. Now, if I can find the area of a circle, which is pi r squared, but it's a semicircle. So that means I'm going to divide this by 2. So we know that the radius is going to be 3. So we have pi times my 3 squared over 2. Okay. So notice my answers don't have any pi's in it. So that means I have to replace this pi with the famous 3.14. Okay. Since they're all rounded by the tenths, having that 1/4, like 14 hundredths, is going to kind of help us a little bit with the rounding. So let's take a look. So we have our 3.14 times my 3 squared. 3 squared is 9 over 2. So here's the sad part. Even for the ASVAB, you can't use a calculator. So you're going to have to do all your calculations by hand, right? So that means you got to do old time multiplication by hand. So we have our 3.14. Okay. I might as well just times it by 9. Let's just go by here. So 4 times 9 gives me 36. Carry my 3. 9 and 1 is 3 plus 3 is 12. Carry the 1. 9 and 3 is 27 plus 1. It'll give me 28. This has 2 decimal places. This has 0 decimal place. So that means my answer has to have 2 decimal places. So my decimal is going to be right between the 28.26. But now we have to divide that. Okay, so how many 2's can go into 2? 1. How many 2's can go into 8? 4. How many 2's goes in 2's? 1. How many 2's goes into 6? 3. So that means our answer for this is going to be 14 and 13 hundredths. But it's like I said, we have to take our 2 answers, our 2 areas, to see how much the area of the whole thing is. So we're putting it all together. I know, it's a pain in the neck, but here we are. We got our 12 and we got our 14.13, and we're adding those together. So if we're going to add them together, you got your 26.13, which, since we got our 26, it's going to be A. And you're like, I got to do all of this in a minute? Yes, you do. And yes, you can. All right? All right. I know, it's a lot. It's a lot. But this is what you have to do. Okay? For real. I know. I know. Okay, before we get to that one. So anytime, if you want a screenshot, go ahead and screenshot. This might be something. We get 15 minutes, so solving 10 questions, I think we got. Well, yep, let's see what we can do. Okay, thank God I came across you. Not a problem. I'm so glad that you guys are here. So at least you get an idea. Like, I'm very detail oriented. I could do this a lot faster, but what's the point of that? Me being faster in math does nothing for you, right? So, and if you have questions, this is what you got to do. Okay, yes, go get your book. Okay, half of this can be done in your head in 3 seconds. That's true. But here's my thing, Dingleberry. Not everybody has that capability. So there's some people that needs to see it. Some people are visual learners. Some people are auditory learners. Some people learn by tactical, using with their hands. Some people, we're all not the same. Okay? All right? I know, right? All right. No, we're not all slow learners. We all just learn at different rates. Some people are really good at stuff and you can see it. I noticed that with my geometry students. Like, there are some people that really get it, and there's some people that are like, yeah, nah. Or there's some that's awesome in geometry, but when it comes to algebra, they're like, no, seriously, nah. Like, I'm not doing that, right? So, yeah, just let us go step by step, learning our stuff as we go ahead. Okay, I appreciate the people that are like, Audrey, you should be making people, tap. And all right, go ahead, tap. Okay, but you suck it. But see, here's my thing. There's so many people that's the opposite, right? Like digging deep. The same thing. I'm good at algebra. Geometry, I'm good. I'm getting better at the proofing. But now that I'm older and I've been constantly using or doing proofing, now I get proofing. It's weird. But anyway, number 20. So we have x minus 2 divided by x squared minus 6x plus 8. How are we going to solve it to get maybe answer A, which is 1 over x, B, 1 over x minus 4, C, 1 over x plus 4, or D, 1 over 6? Now, if you're like, my seasoned people, you probably haven't seen this since you were a fetus. Like, yep, no. Or you may have never seen it at all. But don't feel bad, okay? All right, don't feel bad. All right, so what the things, I'm seeing some B's, some answer B's, which is awesome. Okay, lyric roll, I see you with the B's. Triple A, I see you with the B. Okay, Fifi, it's giving equal. Okay, so we got our B's with Chad. We got Philippe. This cool, no lie. All right, cool. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Okay, Reese's peanut butter cup or just anything. All right, saying my B. Emerald with the C. Love you is saying C. Okay, that's with Dumac. All right, Joe is saying B. Gio saying C. Okay, Des C. Shay Shay is saying C. All right, well, let's take a look. Okay, I see it. In Canada. All right, cool. Papa. Let's go. All right, so this is what we're going to do. The denominator, and we're going to focus on the denominator. So let me cover the numerator just for a moment so we can focus our attention on that. Don't freak out about any of this. Just focus on that. So if we have x squared minus 6x plus 8, anytime your highest degree, your exponent, okay, is a 2, that should be the trigger, click, that you're going to be doing factoring. Now, when I factor, I'm going to split into 2 parentheses. So my highest degree is a 2. The coefficient, which is the number in front of that x squared, is a 1. So when I see a 1, I immediately split. We got an x on one side and an x on the other to represent my x squared, because x times x gives me x squared. So now I'm shooting all the way down to the 8 and the -6. So I like to draw a little cross. I put my AC, or I put my 8 up top. I put my -6, which is my B in the standard form, down below. This is going to be the hardest part. I need to know what two numbers multiply will give me 8 and add to give me -6. So what two numbers multiplied together will give me a +8 and add together, the same two numbers add together to give me a -6. Okay. So Janae is saying 2 and 4, Leo 2 and 4, Crispy -4, -2, Riley -2, -4, Reese -2, -4, Big Al -4, -2, Jay -4, -2, Gable 2, AAA, we got 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. All right, so if I did my 4 and I did my 2, if I add 4 and 2 together, that'll give me a +6. So that means both of these have to be negative, because a negative times a negative gives me a positive. And a negative plus a negative stays negative, and then you add the numbers. So the two numbers that we have is -4 and -2. And we're going to put them in to fill the parenthesis. All right? So that's that first part. But then, let me write it up here. We have our x minus 2 in the numerator. What do you notice? As soon as I get my big hand out the way. It's just covering everything up. Okay. All right. So we did all that work and we got to this. Now you can focus in. What do you notice? Reese, you got this. Good. Screaming D, right? Is that Cito? Is saying with the x minus 2 cancels out. Good. Big Al, cancel out the x minus 2. They equal to each other, but we can cancel out. Yes. Chef Schlapp? Okay. We can cancel. Yes, we can cancel. We can cancel out. The reason why we can cancel out the x minus 2's is one's in the numerator and one's in the denominator. But what's left in the numerator? Because when you divide these, anything divided by itself equals 1. So there's got to be something left in the numerator. You can't just have open space. And then what's left over is your x minus 4. This is your answer. Okay, so we have to get ourselves into factoring, which my answer will be B. Okay, and my answer will be B. Yes, Kat. Preach it, girl. Oh, Leon. Please let it go. There you go, Philippe. That's it. For this one, I will see mostly in Algebra 2. Okay. All right. Oh, I still have... I think I can go to 4. I think I can go to 4. Okay. I think I can go to 4. So we're going to try it. All right. So before I get to the next page, I'm going to see if I can get 4 more done. I know you guys are so excited. Hey, Abby. Okay. Let us breathe. No. Who's breathing? What's going on? All right. So this is to kind of promote my $5 mini pack. So let me kind of raise it up for you so you can see what exactly is in it. Because some people are like, okay, that's cute, but what's in it? All right, so you do get a formula and a reference sheet. So it's a lot of stuff with order of operations, percent conversions, those integer rules, the positive and the negatives, all of that is in there. I also throw in like a mini assessment with an answer key, $25 question mini quiz, just to give you an idea where to start. Like everyone has this hope of new year, new me. I'm going to finally get my high school diploma, but it is going to require work. Or I really want to raise my ASVAB score so I can get a better career. Yes, but you have to not just want it. You have to put some action into it. So it's mostly the type of questions that usually appears in the GED and also the ASVAB. Then all of this is digital. So once you pay for it, you should automatically get it. There should be like a link, you click on it. I know yesterday was a little bit of hiccup, so I figured it out. But then you're also going to get digital copies of like my flashcards that you can use to try to figure out how to go from verbal to algebraic. So like if you see something, let me throw this up here for a second. So if you see something like this, how could that be written out, especially in a word problem? Some people might see it as x minus 5. Some people might see it 5 less than x. That is always used in some word problems. So it kind of gives you an idea of how to do the word problems, how to translate it. And then it's basically like a preview for my upcoming workbook that's coming out on Saturday called Algebra at Your Pace. So I take you through the whole thing from beginning to end, and they're all broken up by volumes. So when you're seeing a lot of it, you're not just getting workbooks, you're also getting other resources, addition to what's going to be inside this mini pack. Like it's going to be huge. And not only do you get answer keys, I'm working on doing video recordings so you can get step by step. How do you solve this? And it's not just a book with just answers and you look at the answer, you're like, yeah, I knew it was B. You didn't know it was B and you have no idea why it's B because you don't understand the lingo. But now you got a person that's going to verbalize it and put it in a recording and you can listen to it over and over again. Listen to it in your sleep. I got that type of voice. All right. Okay, I want to practice math. And it's just math. That's all it is. There's no English, there's no science. It's just math. And I think that's another thing that's very useful for this. Okay, so if you just want to practice that. All right. Yeah, I don't do the science and the history. Nope, that's not me. Sorry. You will surely fail. As you can tell, Exhibit A of my English lingo. Can't even speak now. All right. I don't want that to happen to you. All right. Okay. So not too sharp with times tables. Would you recommend? Wait until all this opens up because I have multiplying and dividing integers. So it's not just regular multiplication cards. You actually have positive and negative, so you can get used to seeing them. As the same thing with the square and the square roots and the cube roots and sample questions and order of operations, exponents. It's ridiculous. You leave a girl alone for a minute and she just goes. Like it's going to be a lot. So right now, the books are not available. They will be available this coming Saturday. But if you want to buy the $5 mini pack just to kind of get yourself started, the link is in my bio. All right. So I know I'm excited. I got you excited. Good. I want people to be excited. I want you to do well. I want you to have a better chance. Instead of you working 4 to 5 low-end paying jobs, you can probably just get one that's really going to do extremely well for you. Or give you the notion or the push for you to design your own business. And I don't know. I just want to change the world. That's so crazy. But here we are. So now number 21, we want to simplify this. We have -7 times 4x plus 5 minus 8. Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or is it D? So I'm seeing a lot of B's. I'm seeing a lot of B's, which is awesome. Okay, your class starts back on the 7th. Need to be ready with the word problem. Yes. Are there a lot of word problems? I do have a couple word problems, just straight, that's it type of books. So it's everything. This is like many late nights, not going to bed until 8 in the morning, working straight. Okay. What happened to my workbooks? I still have my notebooks. Now I'm just really turning them into workbooks. I've never really had a true workbook where you can actually do work in it. Okay, Audrey's notes are still there. It's still around. It's still on the A. It's still in my private place. That's still there. But, you know, everything else, I'm just advancing it. Okay, all right. Say the answer. I will when I'm ready, girl. All this stuff. So what we have here, first we have to do the distribution. Okay, so -7 times 4x. You can't do anything inside the parenthesis because this has an x and the 5 doesn't. So now you have your -28x. -7 times +5 gives me a -35. Bring down the -8. So now, just by having that -28x, these do not have x's. These are like terms on its own. Immediately go to your answer choices. Which one has a -28x? It's B. Okay? So to cut some time off, a lot of people say time is one of the things that goes against them. You just can't worry about time, my loves. Okay? You worry about the content. You do the content. You do the steps. All right? Okay? So, am I in Arizona? No, I'm not. Okay. Who makes this up? Okay, this one is for ASVABs for Dummies. Okay, Icy, how are you? All right, so for 22, what is the area of the shaded portion of the shape below? So we want to know what the area of this is. Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, you're not cooked. You're all right. Give it a try. Give it a try. Give it a try. So I'm seeing D's. I'm seeing A's. Okay. I'm learning disability. That's okay. We have D's. We have C's. We have A's. Just take your time. Okay. Thank you for showing us. Not a problem. Okay. Okay. So the best thing, Wolfman, all of my lives are going to be are already recorded. I'm going to show you where you can go to get access to all my lives that I've done since February 2nd. Okay, so we have some C's. Not a problem. Yes, and that's fine. Trust me, multiplication is nothing but fast addition. Hey, Bill, how are you? Okay. Kitty, thank you for following. So this is very similar to what we did with like the ice cream cone one that we did earlier. This one. Okay, it's very similar to what we did with this one. But we wanted to find the area of the whole entire thing. That's why we found the area of each item and we add them together. Whereas this time, we want to find this blank space, this black space right here. So that means we need to find the area of one and subtract the area of the other so we get what is left over. So right here, they're showing us a square. Okay, how do I know it's a square? Because they're giving me one side. If it wasn't a square, they would give me two sides. So I know the area of a square is your side squared. So they're giving me the one side, which is 4, and we're looking at 4 squared. So 4 squared, that gives me 16, and this is in squared feet. Now we need the area of that circle. So we talked about the area of the circle before, but we divided by 2 because it was a semicircle. But this time we don't have to divide by 2. They're giving us our radius, which is 1. So we're just replacing. And if you notice, all my answers are decimals, so that means this pi has got to be my 3.14. And times that radius squared, that's 1 squared, which is easy enough because 1 squared gives me 1. Anything times 1 is itself. So now these two answers we're going to subtract. So if I got my 16, put down here, minus my 3.14, that means I need to add some zeros up here. So I'm going to borrow from this 6, make it into a 5. I'm going to make this a 10, but borrow from there to make it into a 9, and make that 0 into a 10. So 10 minus 4, that gives me 6. 9 minus 1, that gives me 8. 5 minus 3, that gives me 2. And then I bring down my 1. So if I could round this to the nearest tenths, it will be 12.9, because the next digit over, the 6, is 5 and above. 5 and above, you give it a shove, and you basically add 1. So that's where the 9 came from. Answer is C. Or, once you saw the 12, boom, that's your answer. Okay. Why would you round? Look at your answer choices. My answer right here is in 2 decimal places, is in the hundredths. All my answers for my A, B, C, and D are in the tenths. Okay. All right. Awesome. I know it all sticks together, right? So, yes, do not square the 3.14. You just had to square the radius. All right, so let's see if we can get 1, maybe 2 more in. Let's take a look. So what is the diameter of the circle with the radius of 2 inches? Is it A, 3.14, B, 7, C, 6, or D, 4 inches? What do we got? This should be a quick and easy. It should be a quick and easy. If not, I'll clarify it. So what is the diameter of a circle with a radius of 2 inches? So I got some 4s, I got some Ds, I got a 4, actionette, like that. Got some 4s, is twice the radius. Thank you, Fifi, love it. Okay, we got some 4s, we got some smarties tonight. Look at y'all. See what happens when you're not stressed and you had a holiday to kind of breathe? It's there. Good. Excellent, guys. Very good. So your diameter, okay? If you had a circle, not too shabby. All right. Your diameter is the chord that goes right through the center of your circle all the way. That's your diameter. Now your radius goes from the center of the circle to another point on the circle. Your radius is half your diameter. So if you want the diameter, you got to multiply that 2, and 2 times 2 gives me 4. That was D. All right, excellent day. All right, and this will be our last one. So 24, what is the circumference of the circle described in the preceding question? Ooh, all right. So here's our lovely little circle. A little lopsided, but here we go. All right, so they gave us our radius, which was our 2 inches. I hate going back and forth. That drives me nuts. So I just need, what is the circumference of the circle? So is it A, 8.3 inches, B, 9 inches, C, 12.6 inches, or D, 13 inches? Okay, you got 12.6 just by guessing? Okay, gotcha. Janae is saying C, Big Al C. I don't know, I got it, but I got it. Lima saying C. Okay, Salmon saying 12.6. Cass, hey Cass, how are you? Saying C. You probably were here the whole time, knowing me. Sorry. All right, we got Boss with 4.3.14. Okay, Master was saying 12.6. Charles, we got that 5 times the diameter. Okay, I am title card saying C. Okay, Ishmael is saying C. Hulk is saying C. Okay, Philip is saying pi D. Okay, Okay, what we got? Be good if I studied. That's okay. You're stressing yourselves out, guys. Breathe. First off, we have our circumference. So the circumference could be shown one of two ways. It's either going to be pi times your diameter, or it's 2 pi r. Okay, the circumference is like what's wrapping around. So since we know the diameter is 4, we could, and I'm going to put it in one of two ways, we could get our 3.14 again times our diameter, which is 4, or we can set it up with 2 times 3.14 times our radius, which is 2. Okay, so either way, we're going to get roughly 2 times 2, that gives me 4 times 3.14. So now we're even Steven, right? So now all we have to do is just multiply 3.14 times 4. So 4 times 4 gives me 16, carry the 1. 4 and 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5, and 4 times 3 is 12. So I got 12.56, but everything is in the tenths, so right away it should be C. Because if I round that 12.56, 5 and above, giving it a shove. So that will give us our 12.6. Okay. All right. So that's what I have for today. Okay. I'm so glad that you guys are getting this. I'm so glad that a lot of you guys are feeling confident. This is why I do it. I want you to build up your confidence. I want you to grow. All right. So I will be back on. I'm not sure if I'll be back on tonight because I really want to keep doing what I need to do. But if you are enjoying, okay, how did I get the 5? 4 times 1, but the 1 was carried over from the 16. Okay, 4 times 4 gives me 16, carry the 1. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Okay, so as I mentioned to you, all of my lives are recorded. So this is where you can go to get your recordings. Okay, give me some time for today's recording, but all of them up to yesterday's is already here. So you just have to go here. I can't even say the names because it will do something to the live, but you can go to this place. And then I would love for you to subscribe. Okay, only a couple people away from me to get my 1,300. That's a little milestone that I kind of set for myself. Sorry, I had to do a puzzle piece. Okay, but again, this is where you can go to get a lot of the information. But my workbook is going to come in and it's going to be a little more organized. It's going to take you from the beginning parts of algebra all the way to everything that you're going to need to pass and to excel on the GED, the ASVAB, the ACCUPLACER, and some of the math components in the TEAS test and the HESI test, okay? Especially the algebra component. So if you notice that you struggle, these are what you need to go to, all right? So if anything, don't worry about that. Do I recommend for fractions? You're going to see it when it comes out. It's all in volumes. Instead of me just developing one big book, which would have been hella thick, I decided to put it into volumes. So there's a total of 15 volumes. And of those 15 volumes, there is going to be a lot of step-by-step instruction. All you have to do is just hit the QR code and you'll see all the work that's being displayed there. Okay, cool. I got some more time. Someone's running late and I'm like, all right, awesome. I love that. All right, so you got me for a couple more minutes. And if anything, like you hit the QR code, you can take notes. Everything is down there. You don't have to worry about buying another book. Your resources are going to be there. And then it gives you a list of extra practice problems. So you're not overwhelmed. Okay. Literally it's like a page. Sometimes it's like 15, maybe 13 problems, depending on the lesson. And then it gives you a assessment at the end of the volume, just to make sure that you understood everything in that first volume, the second volume, the third volume. And then also I have a list of not 3, because most of these books, they just give you like 3 quizzes to take. I have a book that is 6 assessments. I know. See, this is what happens when you leave me alone. Then I can do work. So I do like 6 assessments that you can use to practice up on. I did flashcards, like I said before, with the translating from verbal to algebraic. I've done exponents. I've done adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, integers. Like a lot of the things that a lot of you guys seem to have trouble with, I made it into a flashcard / matching game. So then you can do some extra practice. You can make copies of it. You can cut it out of the book. You can do whatever you want with it, whatever that makes you feel comfortable in order to do all kinds of work. Thank you. Do I do plots, like graphing plots? Yes. Okay. You just subscribed? Thank you. Oh, thanks. Appreciate you guys. So it just seems like everyone can do math, and I know the ones that are just like, when are we ever going to do this in real life? I get it. You know, you were hurt as a kid. You don't want to seem dumb. You want to have like this defense mechanism, and I get it. But now you got someone that's basically saying, hey, I used to be one of you. I used to get pulled into the back of the class. This is before they had what was called special education. Pulled to the back of the class, given a stack of problems to do and say, do them while everybody else is doing something else. And the teacher never asked you, well, why don't you understand this? Well, it's because I was never taught this, or I was never taught that. Right? So everyone always jumps to conclusions that there's a mind thing. It's like, I probably just never had the exposure, or no one's ever really broke it down in a way that I can understand. So that's why I do these things. All right. This year, you're bettering yourself. Oh, awesome. That's what I'm saying. You know, like, how do you get good at math? It's called practice. That's what it is. It's really called practice. And just looking, especially at the pattern. That's all math is. Once I kind of got you have to do this because you have to, and I was actually given a moment to look at what's actually being presented to me, I'm like, wait, there's a pattern here, you know? And I'm like, oh, okay, I see. All right, the reason why I'm subtracting because it was adding at first. Oh, okay. And that's what happened. So not a problem. Not a problem. Okay. Recall. Yes. Being active. That's the key word. Active recall and repetition. It does. With math, you can't study math by opening up a notebook and flipping through the pages. You can't. I'm sorry, you can't. Math is its own language. And I know there's so many schools that are just like, why is math so difficult? Well, we're not difficult people. We're difficult because the demands of mathematics is a different language, just like Spanish and history, Spanish and Latin and French and all that. It's a different language. So there may be some terms and identities that can go throughout all different realms. But that's why we really need to kind of respect math a little bit. Don't have to love it. Don't have to marry it. Just have to respect it. Okay. I do have to get going because I do. All right. But if anything, definitely take a look. If you want, you got your little $5 pack. If you want access to it, just hit there's a link in my bio. But if you want more information about tutoring, go ahead and send me a message. I have like a Service Plus button somewhere around here. You can go ahead and do that. If you want to subscribe and be a fan of my channel, go ahead. It's a free subscription. I haven't done anything with it, but I will be giving some free access to my members, and especially those that are following me here on TikTok. If you do need tutoring, I know I normally charge $92 for tutoring, but for my TikTok people, I drop it down to $77. So I mean, it is a discount, but I think with the books, that's going to help out. It's still going to help you achieve what you need to achieve, but at the same time, it will not kill your pockets. Okay? Trust me, everything I do is worth it. Everything I do is worth it. Everything you went through. You will, as soon as I upload it. And if anything, was it sham? So if you go here and you sign into this, later on today, I'm going to upload. Now, if you meaning the papers, I can't upload those papers. I don't own them. Okay. But all I can do is just basically show you how you can solve them. Okay. Do you have an online one? Do I have an online copy? Everything for the books is going to be released on the 3rd. I'm releasing everything not all the books. I'm releasing the first 5, and then I'm going to be releasing the next 5. I don't want to overwhelm too much. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I got this. Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. All right. So, going to skedaddle. Thank you so much for staying by. Again, if you want to try the mini pack, at least it'll get you started. It'll give you a whole handful, and it gives you a small sample of what exactly the mini book is going to look like. Like, it's really going to be something that a lot of people don't have. Okay. And especially with the step-by-step instruction. A lot of books just give you okay, here it is. And they give you one example, and it doesn't look like anything like the practice problems. That's the one thing I hate. Or you get a big book and you only want just the math. You passed everything else. Like, you passed the science, you passed the English, but you didn't pass the math. So why am I paying $35 for a book and I'm only going to use not even like 1/8 of the book? So, but if anything, go ahead, take a look at the mini pack. It's available. It's going to be digital. So as soon as you put your payment in, bada boom, bada bing, you get a link. Click on it. You'll get access to everything. And if you do have questions throughout, you can just send me a message. I also have my email address that's attached to it. So you can always get access just to ask a question. All right. Okay. And it will be on the A. This, you just hit the link in my bio. Okay. Forgot my little paper right here. Link in bio. Hella big. Sorry. Okay, so if you want it, the link's in the bio. It's there. All right, but the books will be available on the A and also my private bookstore, which is Books by Audrey Codner. All right. All right, everyone. I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place at 3 p.m. I can't believe the new year is right here. Jeez, where did this year go? The summer was forever for me, but then all of a sudden it just got really fast. All right, so I will see you guys, talk to you guys tomorrow. And if you have questions, do not hesitate to DM me. All right? Talk to you later. Enjoy the rest of your day.